Putting Who Day in Your Day on the Adam and Adams Show.
Marie!
What?
Babe, can you go get me some more Cubanisto? I don't have any more Cubanisto, please.
Pardon? Mais ça va pas ou quoi? Mais va le chercher ton cubanisto. Lui, non? Il est fou, je crois pas. Mieux.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Who Day Lounge. I'm your host, Cincinnati France. Along with me is my co-host, Adams, aka Damn It Glenn. Say what's up, Adam.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, I guess we'll jump right into it. So, I know why everybody's here today, this week. I know what's on everybody's mind. Netflix, they have a hit show. It's called F1 or something like that. Do you watch that?
No, I've heard of it. It sounded interesting, but no, I have not watched it yet.
Well, apparently it's like a big hit, and it's got all these F1. It's got new fans coming to F1 to see how the storylines play out in real life. Right around the corner, I don't know if you know this, is Monaco Grand Prix. So that's will be in about a month from now, actually. I'm going to post a picture of me and my mom. Actually, me getting photobombed by my mom in Monaco next to the Grand Prix, or right there on the street. And I was thinking that we here at Who Day Lounge, we demand a F1 Netflix series for cycling. I think that would be a great idea. We need to get the ins and outs of the cycling teams. We need to know what's going on as they lead up into the Giro d'Italia, the Vuelta d'España, and of course the Tour de France, the granddaddy of them all. That would be so exciting to watch the cyclists, the team members. I mean, it would be perfect to see these guys preparing for the Alps and the Pyrenees and the conflicts in between the teams and the sprinters, and who's going to represent for the Giro d'Italia, and who's going to represent for the Tour de France, and what's their relationship like. I think that would be great. What say you, Adam? Adam?
Sorry, what?
I think that would be a great idea.
Yeah.
Netflix, make this happen. Adam is so excited about it. Make this happen. I don't need it. He needs it. Make it happen, Netflix.
Yeah, make it happen.
Putting Who Day in Your Day on the Adam and Adams Show.
All right, Adam, a couple weeks ago, we were talking, and we were actually talking about how we're both fans of Marvel.
Yeah.
And yep. I don't know if you saw the news that came out today, actually about 3 hours ago. We're filming this on a Friday. Doctor Strange 2 has their official runtime. I guess it's official. It's reported runtime of 2 hours and 28 minutes. So, Adam, too long, not long enough. What do you think? Because some people are going to say that's too long. Some people are going to say that's not long enough.
No, 2 hours 28 minutes. I can definitely keep my attention in a Marvel movie. So I don't think it's too long at all. Especially, I'm sure there's a lot to get to. We're opening up the multiverse now, so I think there's going to be a lot of good content. No, 2:28. No, that's perfect. What do you think?
I think it might not be long enough, actually. It's going to be the 4th longest Marvel movie thus far. And I think there's going to be a lot to get to with the Illuminati, with Professor X, if we're introducing the X-Men, with the characters on the Illuminati. Who are they? Why are they there? How did they get there? If we're going to explain all this, if we're going to flesh all of this out, we need some explanation. I actually think it might not be long enough, but we'll see. I'm expecting a good movie.
Either way, I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah, I can't wait. I think it's going to be one of my favorite films. At least that's what I'm expecting. I hope my expectations aren't too high for it. Maybe I need to lower it just a bit. Speaking of my favorite Marvel films, Adam, do you have a top 5 list of your favorite Marvel films?
Oddly enough, I did compile a top 5.
Wow, what a coincidence. I mean, every time?
Yeah, we know each other. Same wavelength.
This is crazy. Or as the kids would say, cray.
It's cray. Totally cray.
But you know what? I have a top 5 list as well.
Let's hear it.
Me first?
Yeah. I
All
went
right.
first last time.
Number 5. This is going to be a very unpopular choice. Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is my 5th favorite movie. I'm not saying it's the best. I'm saying it's my favorite because that was the first time I saw a movie with my son in Paris. Ate at Five Guys. It was on my mind because like 3 days ago, I had the reminder from Facebook. Hey, 3 years ago, you were in Paris at Five Guys. And then we went right next door and we watched Captain Marvel. And we pretty much had the movie theater to ourselves. There were like 6 people. So Captain Marvel for the experience and plus what it means for the rest of the MCU. So I'm a fan of Captain Marvel. I know what you're saying. Bleep off. It's my list. Make your own list. Number 4, Iron Man 2. I saw this movie in Geneva in Switzerland with my wife who was pregnant with my son at the time. And at that time we were young and dumb. And I said, you know what? Every time there's a new Iron Man movie, we're going to come to Geneva and watch it. You know, I had aspirations, I had hopes, I had dreams. I thought that we could make that happen. And, you know, life. Number 3, Black Panther for everything. First of all, it was a good movie. So all of y'all who are saying made to Black Panther, bleep off to you too. It was a great movie. It meant so much for so many people around the world. And it advanced the MCU story. So number 3 is Black Panther. Number 2, Spider-Man No Way Home. I put that at number 2 because that was the first time me and my son were in a packed movie theater and we were in there with a whole bunch of Marvel fans. So we had the oohs and the ahs and the screaming and the applause from everybody. So that was great for my son. He loved it. And that was the first time he got to experience that. And number 1, I'm going to cheat. Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. I had to kind of combine them. The culmination of the whole storyline, the Infinity War. I couldn't pick one over the other, so I just put them together.
I like it. Spoiler alert, you actually took 3 of mine. So we're on the same page on a few of these. So I will just piggyback what you said. The 3 that you picked that were the same on my list, Spider-Man No Way Home, fantastic. I'm not going to comment too much on it because I don't want to spoil anything for those of you who haven't seen it yet, but just a really entertaining flick. Black Panther is also on my list. Love it. I've seen it multiple times. My wife isn't a huge Marvel fan, although when she watches them, she loves them. We recently watched Black Panther and she loved it. It's just an easy to follow narrative. You know, Black Panther, the vibranium suit, you know, furthering a people, you know, in Wakanda forever. So I love it. Yeah. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. And then
while you're there, congratulations, Black Panther 2. It just wrapped. Just got that news about an hour ago as well. So they're all finished with that, except for the post-editing and stuff. But yeah, apparently they're finished.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I also picked Endgame. You know, I went chalk on that one. But certainly, yeah, you kind of have to include Infinity War on that one. So no other comments on that. Fantastic movies. Go watch them if you haven't. I also included Captain America Civil War. You know, it was it kind of had that paradox of, you know, government intervention versus the Avengers and who's going to be the world police in this case. And then the disagreement between Iron Man and Captain America and just a fun script, you know, the fight scene at the airport was really entertaining.
That was awesome.
So yeah. I put that one on my list. And then Thor Ragnarok. So that, you know, that movie was very easy to watch. It didn't put you in turmoil in terms of, you know, being on the edge of your seat and what's going to happen. It was more of a fun, you know, a lot of jokes, but you still had the Marvel script and the story and everything. So that was one I really had to put on my list. But Glenn, because we, you know, we've been in times of COVID and whatnot, and the huge theatrical theater releases kind of gone by the wayside, although it's coming back. What about Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings? Did you see that one?
I did see that. Saw it twice actually in the theaters. I've been doing a thing where we can't see the Marvel movies once. We have to go back like several times. So I've turned into one of those people. But yeah, saw it a couple of times. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was different. I didn't know what to expect from it. And so, yeah, I really liked it. I'm trying to see off the top of my head if it would make my top 10 list because I didn't think that far. Maybe. Now that's no shot at Shang-Chi because there's 28 movies, I think, in the MCU. So
That I don't know.
yeah, I think there's like 28. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do next with the character. Hopefully it'll be something cool and creative, and we'll see the power of the rings. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It was an enjoyable film that I didn't mind going to see twice in a movie theater. What did you?
I didn't really have a point to that. It was kind of on my my honorable mentions list, only because it surprised me. I really had no expectations going in, and I thought it was pretty well done. So good deal. So good list. I like it.
Oh yeah, I like yours as well. See, I was trying to think of other things because I thought we were both gonna go like Captain America Civil War. We were gonna both go. I thought you might go Captain America and Winter Soldier.
I almost put that on the list. In fact, great movie.
Yeah, I was trying not to go chalk, as you say.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and like I said, my favorite, not the best.
Putting Who Day in Your Day on the Adam and Adams Show.
We touched on it last week. Lael Collins, and actually somebody asked him how he pronounces his name, and it was Lael Collins. So I need to get used to saying that. Watching this now, as you know, Lael Collins is the new right tackle for the Cincinnati Bengals. Burrow texted him wondering what the status was, and Collins texted back, "You've got a new bodyguard." So we touched on that a little bit last week, but it is now official. The Bengals have solidified their O-line. There's one spot up for grabs. Many think that maybe Jackson Carman might be your left guard in that situation. Maybe we'll touch on some today when we talk about our top 5 O-line.
We're not predicting these are the guys they're going to take. These are just who we would like to see the Bengals target in the draft. I guess we'll have dueling top 5s.
Let's do it. I'm actually going to start at the top and work backwards. I'm going to go by round. Well, okay. I'm going in when I think they're going to come off the board. So I'm going to start earliest to latest. So my first guy, and I have a suspicion that this guy might be on your list as well, obviously. So we may agree on some things here, but the first guy I picked was Jamari Salyer out of Georgia. He's a guy that they should be able to get in the second round if he's there. He's versatile. He played everywhere on the line at Georgia. At the NFL level, he's going to be a guard, but he moves really well. He has good hands. He was a 5-star recruit and the top offensive guard coming out of high school. Last year, he only allowed 4 pressures, which is pretty impressive given the fact that he played on multiple spots on the line. In fact, in the national championship game, he played right guard and left tackle, and he only allowed 1 pressure. So, and that's against Alabama, obviously. So he's a guy I really like. Some of the cons I saw, and really the cons were him at left tackle, So I think we can make the case that you're probably not going to see him playing at left tackle in the NFL. But it looked like he could be moved around pretty easy. With that said, if he's pushed back, he can usually adjust, and if he's pushed backwards, so. He can usually adjust and get his feet under him, and good hands. So if he's there in round 2, I think the Bengals should take a shot on him.
So yes, he was on my list. I thought he was going to be my number 1. I loved him at left tackle. I was started to get mad at people trying to figure out, why do they think he's going to be a left guard? And then I saw him against Michigan, the college football playoff semifinal game. And he got turned around a few times in that game. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Other than that, he was dominant as a left tackle. But you're going to be really disappointed because if we're going, these were my 5 and 4. So if we're going by which one will get picked first, I'm going to start with Zion Johnson, chalk. At this point, it's a pipe dream. I put him on here because PFF still has him at 32. So maybe there's a chance, perhaps, maybe. Crossing my fingers. Mock draft database has him at 29, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I doubt he makes it to the Bengals, but you never know. If he does make it to the Bengals, I would run, sprint, jump, whatever. He's your starting left guard, day 1, no doubt about it. So that's why he's my number, I guess he's number 4 on my list, but he's my number 1 if we're going by who's going to get selected first.
Yeah, I like that one. And actually, I didn't pick him because I knew you would. I know how much you like this guy.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to steal your thunder. I was just gonna say, aren't you proud of me? I didn't take Bernard Raymond or Trevor Penning. I didn't mention either of those guys.
You are correct. Why not?
Because they're not going to be there when the Bengals select. That's why.
That's why. And you know what? I'm not mad at that.
Okay.
Especially Penny. Maybe Bernard Raymond, I was kind of changing my tune on, but Penny, no, you can have him. He's gonna make some team very happy.
Yes, he will.
And I will be happy if it's not the Bengals.
I did a mock draft and I had him going to Pittsburgh. So,
I love it. I love it.
I don't.
I love it. Trey Hendrickson would eat his lunch. I love it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, that's very hypothetical. We'll see. But anyway, yeah. But I thought you'd be proud of me that I didn't take either of those guys.
Well, I'm going to tell you why I like that pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And when I talk about my second player off the board. But yeah, that's I don't mind. He can go to Pittsburgh, he can go to Cleveland, he can go to Baltimore. I would not care in the least. No disappointment at all.
We shall see.
But I know I'm right on this one.
Did you have a point to make as well?
Oh, well, I wanted to touch on it with my next player. Spoiler alert. But yeah,
I know where you're going with that.
I was just going to say Zion Johnson, he can play left tackle and the left guard, but he was a much better left guard than left tackle. Don't buy into the hype of versatility for all of these offensive linemen. It's a rare thing that these guys are actually versatile. Spoiler alert.
Fair. All right. So my number 2, I'm going with another guy who projects to be a guard or probably even more likely a center in the NFL. He's a little undersized, 6'3", 285, but he's physical. He's tough. Who is it, Glenn? I'm setting you up. Who is it?
I forget his name. He's from Memphis, the guard.
Okay.
Out of Memphis. Yeah.
Correct. Dylan Parham.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the pros on him was versatility. All right. Versatile in college does not mean versatile in the NFL. I give you that.
Doesn't mean versatile in college either.
Have you heard of Logan Hall?
I have.
So Logan Hall,
Houston, right?
Yeah. Houston, defensive. Yes, he's an interior defensive lineman. 2nd round grade on this guy. Memphis plays Houston every year. This past year, Dylan Parham only allowed 1 pressure to Hall, which is saying something given the physicality of Hall. So again, a little undersized, but if you watch him, plays with a lot of toughness. His ferocity is pretty contagious, so he makes the other linemen around him better. He's not somebody I think is going to come in if the Bengals select him and really challenge a starting job right away. But I think he's somebody that can provide some depth on that O-line. If they can get him in the 3rd round, which is kind of where he's projected right now, I think the Bengals should take a flyer on him. So Dylan Parham is my number 2.
I love him.
I do know that.
The only question I had about him was his size, because he looks smaller than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just about as big as all the other guards. So he plays the only reason he didn't make this list is because he's a right guard. If he were a left guard, if I had him as a left guard, I would put him on this list. No doubt about it. I would want him.
Mm-hmm. And again, this is somebody that I don't see as an immediate starter on the Bengals. I think it's somebody that can, again, provide some depth, learn behind the veterans that the Bengals just signed, especially Kappa being that position. So that's why I picked him.
I'm going to give you my number 5 off of my list now. So the second guy who's going to go off the board in the NFL draft, and that's Kenyon Green, guard out of Texas A&M. Now, if you don't believe me, all you have to do is Google search his name or Twitter search his name, Kenyon Green, Texas A&M. And the first thing everybody's going to talk about is versatility. He played all over the line, and at his pro day, what was it, yesterday or 2 days ago? He was snapping the ball from center. Philman, the old Miami Dolphins coach, had him snapping the ball as a center. And I'm like, these people are so bleeping annoying with how they draft, select, scout offensive linemen, can't do it anymore, Adam. I seriously cannot take it anymore. This is driving me bleeping crazy. I am going to write about this, but allow me to go on a little bit of a rant. An NFL office needs to hire me if they want to draft competent offensive linemen.
This is your video resume.
This fucking... Sorry. I might edit that out. I probably won't.
You probably should.
I will not. These people are so stupid. And for all of you Notre Dame, Alabama, and for some reason Cincinnati Bengals fans out there who were telling me I don't know what I was talking about when I was talking about Eichenberg and Alex Leatherwood, I will accept my apologies now. I will accept them now because Liam Eichenberg, I had Bengals fans yelling at me because I said Liam Eichenberg was no good. And all they would do was post Twitter feeds of Liam Eichenberg blocking some guy 20 yards down the field, run blocking some guy 20 yards down the field, talking about, what do you mean this guy isn't any good? He's no bleeping good. And you want to know something else? Liam Eichenberg stands every college offensive lineman. You will find somebody run blocking somebody 20 yards down the field. That's why they get drafted. But I tell you what, Liam Eichenberg was great for that Pittsburgh defensive line. He was great. He got all those dudes drafted. There was no better resume for that Pitt defense, those two defensive ends and that defensive tackle out of Pitt last year who got drafted. There was no better resume than what they did to Liam Eichenberg. He did not belong on the field at all. And Bengals fans wanted that protecting Joe Burrow. And then don't get me started on Alex Leatherwood. Oh, this guy, the Oakland Vegas Raiders, whatever the hell they were thinking, talking about they drafted this dude in the first round. It wasn't even as bad as Eichenberg. Eichenberg shouldn't have been drafted in the second round by Miami, but Leatherwood, oh my God. And I had Bengals fans, you know that leading up to the draft. Oh, Leatherwood, second round. It's like, well, if you think he's a second rounder, why do you want him? We want first round talent in the second round. Why do you want some guy that you think is going to be there in the second round? Because you think all these other people are bad at scouting too, so which they are, I will give you that. But Alex Leatherwood did not belong on anybody's first or second round draft board. And all you have to do is watch the Alabama games. And I know somebody's going to say, what is this guy talking about? And they're going to post a tweet and there's Alex Leatherwood pushing somebody 20 yards down the field. I'll say, yeah, but every time he pass blocks, the running back is chipping, the tight end is over there. The biggest trick that Saban had last year was getting Alex Leatherwood drafted in the first round. Like, send kids, parents, you want your kids to go to the NFL as an offensive lineman, send them to Alabama, and Nick Saban will hide him so well that will make him a first round draft pick, because that's exactly what happened. I don't know how anybody missed that. And then we start talking about, well, versatility, because he played left tackle, then he played right guard, and then he played right tackle. Versatility is not a thing usually when it comes to some of these guys. Kenyon Green, they are doing. Adam, people, you don't have to believe me. Look at PFF. Don't believe me. It's all on the internet. Before this year, I was writing articles about who the Bengals should scout and whatnot. Texas A&M, PFF had Kenyon Green at 13 overall in the draft. PFF today has him at 36. Is it 36? No, even worse, 42. And you know why they have him at 42? You know the difference between 13 and 42? Versatility. Because they turned on the tape and it was like, oh my God, this dude is a world-class left guard. Then they turn on the tape and they say, oh my God, he's an awful right guard. But they don't make the distinction. They just include that in the grade and they knock him down. Any NFL team who drafts Kenyon Green at 30 in the second round, if Kenyon Green makes it out of the first round because these people don't know how to scout. And they're going to say, yeah, well, he missed a block here or he let somebody go here. Yes, as a right guard, he's undraftable. As a left guard, he's worth the 13th overall pick. But y'all don't want to see that. Y'all don't want to take into consideration. Y'all just think offensive lineman is offensive lineman. Y'all just want to think, hey, he played left tackle, left guard, right tackle. So of course he can play center. How about we have him snap balls at his pro day? They're driving me crazy, Adam. I can't do this anymore. I'm so sorry. I know I'm taking up all the time. I'm so sorry. These people and how they scout offensive linemen I've reached my breaking point. And Kenyon Green is why I've reached my breaking point, because this guy is a starting day one left guard. Is he a starting day one left tackle? No, but everybody's gonna say he's versatile. Is he a starting day one right guard? No, he's not even a draftable right guard. So he's not even a swing tackle. Keep him on the left side. You don't want to play left tackle, have him at left guard. Your left tackle gets hurt. Okay, push him out to left tackle. Don't put him on the right side at all. And you know what's going to happen? Some team is going to draft him and they're going to be like, hey, this guy is versatile. The fans are going to be happy. We can put him all over the line. And you know what's going to happen? He's going to suck, because they're going to put him at right guard and they're going to be like, I can't believe we spent a second round draft pick on Kenyon Green at right guard and he's no good. He's great at left guard. He's no good at right guard, but they don't make the distinction. He's going to make, and I put him on my list because the Bengals, like you said, need a left guard. If they draft him for a left guard, chef's kiss, they won't regret it. But if they're just thinking he's a glass eater who can play all up and down the line, bleep out of here. I am so sorry. Listen to me now. Believe me later on. Watch what happens during the draft. When they talk about this guy, whenever he gets drafted, they're going to be like, versatile, can play up and down the line. He did play up and down the line. That doesn't mean he can or he should. He's a first round left guard, and that's it. Anything else, stop it. Get out of here. But Kenyon Green, he did make my list. He's sliding down draft boards, and it's not his fault. It's the scouts' fault. It's PFF's fault. It's these people who don't know how to draft and scout offensive linemen. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. I've had it. I'm sorry. I love you, Adam.
Have a drink.
Thank you. It's only going to make me more hot, though.
Duke Tobin, you heard it here first. All right. I like it. I like it. I like Kenyon Green. He's a guy I didn't even look at because I know, that you really like him. So as a left guard. Yeah, but you're right. Front office says, we saw him taking snaps at his pro day, or snapping the ball at his pro day. Let's put him at center. No. So yeah,
that's what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Idiots. All right. In Alex Leatherwood last year, who drafted Alex Leatherwood?
The Oakland Vegas Raiders.
Okay, who was with the Oakland Vegas Raiders when he was drafted? Gruden and HAAWK, no longer with the Oakland Raiders.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Case in point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And another case in point. They don't know what he's gonna do. They don't know if he's gonna play left tackle, right guard, where they're gonna put him. I was like, that's a hell of an investment to not know what you're gonna do with it. But I digress. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. My number 3. This guy is a left tackle. So not somebody that's going to come in and start on day one. Again, this is a depth piece for the Bengals. Arizona State, Kellen Diesch, 6'7", 300 pounds. Some might say he's a little undersized given his height, but he's really fast. He had a sub 540, 4.89 40, super athletic. He only allowed multiple pressures once all season. So he's tough. He's gritty. He puts his feet in the dirt. He only allowed 7 pressures all year long, which is saying something.
That's an awesome stat right there.
Yeah, for sure. He might struggle at times versus elite edge rushers. Think of Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, those types of guys. But if they can get him in the 3rd round and again have him as somebody who can kind of settle in behind Jonah Williams, again a depth piece. I would draft Diesch in the 3rd round. I really liked his tape, and again, you can't have too much depth in the NFL. So he's my number 3.
My 3, I don't know, because I don't know which one of these guys is going to get drafted first, selected first. Okay, I will go with my number 1 favorite. He gets my Ben Cleveland award this year. Here is my Ben Cleveland. The Bengals need to come away with this guy. If they don't, I will be disappointed. Guy. Haven't mentioned him yet to you. You haven't seen him on Facebook or Twitter or anything. Zach Tom, Wake Forest, 6'4", 304 pounds, played left tackle 2021 and 2020. This dude played center in 2019. So he went from center to left tackle. Now, again, I'm not a stickler for versatility. I don't like that term, versatility. However, a comp that Mock Draftable made where he compared favorably to was Rashawn Slater. You had me at hello. You had me at hello. So his athletic profile compared to Rashawn Slater, who played center, he played up and down the line. Rashawn Slater is a unicorn. Yes, Rashawn Slater was a first-round guard. He was a first-round tackle. He's proven it with the San Diego Angeles Chargers. Zach Tom is that dude this year. PFF has him ranked as 92 overall, but their average draft position is 128. So that I think that's way low for him. But mock draft database, and this isn't their fault, they're just compiling all the mock drafts. It's so disrespectful. 219 sixth round pick. I tell you, Adam, much like Ben Cleveland last year in the second and third round, if Zach Tom makes it to the sixth round or the fifth round and the Bengals don't select him, I might throw something out of the window. One season of his pass block attempts were like 2 seasons of everybody else's. I don't know what they were doing in that offense with Wake Forest, but they must have been like some run and shoot Houston Oilers type crap, because they had the most offensive snaps that I've seen out of any of these offensive linemen. I think he could play anywhere. I really do think he can play anywhere. Now, if the Bengals were to draft him, that's like a little chess piece they could play around with. They can see what they have in him without the pressure of him starting right away. He could learn behind some of the veteran guys. He could learn one spot. I think it should be left tackle.
So what I heard you say about Tom is that he's flexible and you love centers with flexibility.
I don't love
flexible in the NFL.
Centers with flexibility. I love this guy. I love Rashawn Slater, and I like him. But I think I know where you're going.
All right, I like it. It's fair enough. All right, my number 4, also flexible, played everywhere on the interior line, although he's probably going to be a center in the NFL. Glenn, let me ask you a question. Zach Taylor he's had 2 or 3 full. Jeez, Pete's. Anyway, 3 full seasons with the Bengals. This is his 4th already. Holy smokes.
Goes fast, eh?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, what is something that Zach Taylor likes in a person that he's drafting?
Captain. Has to be a captain.
Nailed it. Okay. This guy was a captain. He was the center for the University of Kentucky Wildcats. Luke Fortner, he's listed anywhere from 6'4" to 6'6", goes about 307. The one thing, the one descriptor of him is he's intelligent, high character, team captain. You know, one of these guys that Coach Taylor targets in the NFL draft. I already mentioned the flexibility. He's a center. More than likely, he's a center. He was first team all SEC. He's not an elite. He's not elite on the offensive line in those interior spots, but he's very effective. He's probably, from what I saw in terms of run protection and pass protection, he's steady. Again, not elite, steady, but he's somebody that could come in. You know, they drafted Trey Hill last year to be a depth piece on the offensive line at center, but if he's there in the 4th round, I think the Bengals should take a shot on him. I don't know that I'd target him in the 3rd, which is his projection, but if he's there in the 4th, I think Luke Fortner would be a good grab for the Bengals.
But that 3rd round is getting crowded right now. I liked him more. Oh, I hope I'm not getting into a spoiler. No, we've already passed him. I liked him more than I thought I would, whereas his teammate I liked less than I thought I would. So, yeah.
Kennard, I think is his name, right?
Yeah,
Kennard. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was going to love him.
Yeah.
I was wrong. So wrong. Okay. So my fourth pick, and this is for you.
All right. I'm excited.
This is an Adam Stilley special. Supreme Court Justice Potters Stewart once famously said when speaking about an adult subject, I shall not today attempt further to define the kinds of material I understand to be embraced, but I know it when I see it. Adam, I would like to apologize for last week. I'm sorry. I didn't know what a glass eater was. I thought it was just people talking out their butts. An expression. Glass eating sounds painful. What do you mean by a glass eating offensive lineman? Of this which you speak, I have no idea what you're talking about. And that was until I watched Cade Mays. Glass eater. I know it when I see it. This dude is amazing. He is so underrated. He's so undervalued at this point. It doesn't make any sense. 6'5", 311 pounds out of Tennessee. He is the embodiment of a glass eater. PFF had his worst game against Pittsburgh. There's Pitt again. They had his worst game against Pitt. And so I went back and I watched that game and I was like, there's no way. If this is his worst game, this dude is amazing. There's no way this is his worst game. Yeah, he's amazing. Right now, PFF has him at 214. I'm just flabbergasted. Mock Draft Database has him going in the 5th round. They have him ranked at 171, which is better, but I still think that's really, really low. He's an excellent right tackle who also played right guard. And there it is again. I know I hate it. I despise it. This dude is a right tackle. I know we do not need a right tackle, but he is a right tackle in my book. Now, some team will try to turn him into a right guard. I think he could play right guard, but I loved him as a right tackle. Comfortable at right tackle than he did at right guard for my untrained eye. He would be great value in the 5th round. Now, I haven't really gotten to the 5th round yet. I don't know who's going to be there in the 5th round. If we haven't attacked the offensive line position and he's there, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm predicting the Bengals are going to love him and they will select him in the 5th round. If they don't select a lineman before then, and if he's available.
On behalf of all Bengals fans, apology accepted.
Thank you. Thank you.
So he passed the eye test for you. He was your glass eater.
I'm about to piss some people off. You included, maybe. The fact that these Ohio State dudes are ahead of anybody on my list is unfathomable. It is crazy. It is outrageous, and it should not be tolerated. But now we're getting like these guys. Now they're going after those Ohio State guys.
I'm on the same page with you.
Yeah.
I do not like the Ohio State guys, especially given where they're projected to go in the draft. They looked like they're on roller skates to me.
Yeah.
So I'm with you.
And if you don't believe me, just go watch the Michigan game. And if you say the Michigan defense does that, everybody go watch the Wisconsin game. Damn it, I did it again. Spoiler alert.
All right, let's get to number 5. So this is my late round guy. He's a guy that can take a flyer on 6th round, maybe 7th round. Josh Rivas, guard out of Kansas State, 6'6", 317, did not allow a sack his senior season. He's one of those guys who's going to be a good complement to a unit. He doesn't necessarily stand out on his own, but he's a leader. He's described as a mauler. I'd like a mauler on the offensive line. He's big and physical. Again, nothing really jumps out if you're watching his tape, but he's just good. He's good. He's a good complement to the line. Again, depth piece, maybe somebody that can come in and challenge Jackson Carman for that starting spot at some point. Again, if he's there in the 6th or 7th, go pick up Josh Rivas.
Love it. Absolutely. Loved him. I kept watching him. I tried to put him on this list somewhere. Love that pick. He's a guard, left guard, I believe, as well. So yeah, I really liked him. That's an excellent choice.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Number 5 for you, my friend.
And my number 5 for me is Logan Bruce or Bruce. I'm not sure how. I think it's Bruce out of Wisconsin, right tackle. I know we don't need a right tackle. 6'5", 305. Excellent in pass protection. Excellent in the run game. I love the way, one of the things I look for with a offensive tackle is how well they pass off stunts. He does that really well. The only time I saw him have a problem with that was against Minnesota. So in that game, he seemed to get lost or detect late where the stunts were coming from. But other than that, it was flawless, pretty much flawless. I didn't expect to like him as much as I did. And then, yeah, he flashed. In the Michigan game, again, Michigan, he played really well, held up really well in pass block against those 2 pass rushers that they have up there. He's excellent in space once he gets to the second level. I mean, he's just comfortable. He's quick. He can move. Not all the guys are real comfortable at that second level against linebackers and defensive backs. Right now, PFF has him at 221. Mock Draft Database has him at 215. So he's a 6th rounder. He's going to make a team very, very, very happy in the 6th round if he makes it that far. He will have to be taken by the Bengals in the 5th round. Maybe he's there at the end of the 6th round because a lot of teams don't know how to draft offensive linemen. He did play guard. Once again, one of those guys. He played right guard and right tackle. The only problem is he has a tendency to get pushed back against bigger guys. So having him play guard would be not ideal. Having him play right tackle is a better spot for him professionally as a professional.
Again, you heard it here first.
Yeah. I like your list.
Back at you. Good list. I hope the Bengals brass are listening and watching.
Of course they're not.
They'd be well served to pick some of these guys in the draft.
Of course they're not. I am convinced there is one team out there who listened to me last year.
What's that?
I don't want to say it out loud because if they are listening to me, but I'm like, seriously. But it's always frustrating when you see teams do what you think the Bengals should do, and then they don't. But at the same time, dude, I can't complain. We're in the Super Bowl.
And so far in the first few weeks of free agency, are the Bengals better or worse or even the same than they were in the Super Bowl?
Obviously, they're better.
They're better.
Obviously,
and the AFC is better as we sit here today. So the Bengals were wise to make some of the moves that they did. We're still going to stay tuned on the whole Jesse Bates extension. We covered that a couple shows ago. But yeah, I'm excited. Oh, by the way, there is a video out there that chronicles the 2021 Bengals season. I think it's 32 minutes long. Just YouTube it. I forget the name of it. Just put Bengals season. It's fantastic. It will give you goosebumps. So check it out.
I will. I shall. I definitely will.
Putting Who Day in your day on the Adam and Adams show.
Yeah. And on that note, everybody, I guess that's all we have for this week's episode. So until next time, be safe, be careful, have a great day, have a Who Day.
Who Day.